What a tough one for Aston Villa today at Old Trafford with FA Cup finalists Manchester United. And I guarantee that Merv's YT13 may be sitting on the edge of his seat for most of this match. I'm assuming so, but his team have nothing to worry about, and neither does he, as you can see, in 9th place and having a stellar season, despite having to sack Tim Sherwood in the early going. Rennie Guard has really taken his team by the scruff of the neck and put them in 9th, so whatever happens here, Villa have had a very stellar season. Manchester United, though, that is the big issue for Villa today. The best defensive team in the Barclays Premier League by some margin, Manchester United. And will be feeling the positive vibes after progressing to the FA Cup final. Makeshift squad for Louis van Gaal today. Sergio Romero actually starts in goal for a change, with Valeria Yetney and Rose in quite a young back four. Januzaj with Hemwood Ashley Young actually returning to his old club for the first time in a while, with Marta and Adrian Januzaj, and Sergio Berahino starts up front today. Ragusa is in goal for Aston Villa with Bakuna, Mika Richards, Clark and Mavi, Sanchez, Gili, I think, Vertu and Rava and Jordan Yu, the 4-man for Aston Villa up front as usual. The season nearing its end, Manchester United have not had it all their own way in this late going in the season. The title is still up for grabs, as is the relegation positions. Nothing that Aston Villa need to worry about on either end, but like we said, stellar season nonetheless, and Rennie Guard has worked miracles here to put them in 9th place. Tim Sherwood's sacking was an interesting one and a very strange one for many people, but Rennie Guard has done a fantastic job, it has to be said. And if Villa could really grab a scalp of Manchester United today, then it's safe to say United could be going down to the final day in terms of winning the title. It looked like a sure-fire, easy bet in the early going, but then Manchester United went on that kind of horrendous run of being knocked out of the Champions League by Galatasaray, and then it all went wrong. But a couple of wins, those notably against Manchester City in the FA Cup, have brought them right back to positive vibes at least. But the season isn't over. Louis van Gaal needs to keep this going. And you have to say that 4th to lead in the league and being FA Cup finals is definitely the progress that Manchester United were fans were expecting, which is a good thing. Valera, a very young back four today. Obviously, the recurring injury of Phil Jones hasn't helped in that matter. But this Aston Villa side looks so young and promising. Some really good talented players here. And I think it's proven this season with Villa sitting in 8th, or 9th rather. And Mika Richards, plenty of experience in the back four for Villa, and that was crucial as well. Pass from Gil for 2. And play back to Gil, but Gil's dispossessed but net. Romero saves it. So Romero actually starting ahead of David De Gea today. But not to say that Romero has not done a good job, really. He has. In the early going, he looked very promising, but then David De Gea signed a contract extension with the club and was immediately thrown right back into the side, and it's paid dividends in abundance for Manchester United. David De Gea, no doubt the best goalkeeper in the world at the moment. There's Here's Bakuna. Here's 2. Rather. John Anu, and great save from Romero. Anu pulled that out of nowhere. Or are you, rather? Oh, what a hit, and what a save by Romero as well. Stunning stuff all round, and Sergio Romero again. Fantastic save. Despite not being in the team so much, never seems to lose his way, does he? Potential successor to David De Gea should Real Madrid come calling with another bid. With David De Gea, but that probably won't be for a while. And that De Gea has signed a contract extension finally. Committed his future to United. And acted very professional, I must say, in this whole transfer saga surrounding him. Real Madrid can be a very tempting place to play with all their world-class players like Ronaldo and Bale, just to name a couple. And they're huge names in themselves. Play in front of them. In front of one of the best stadiums in the world as well, in the Bernabeu. It can be very, very tempting. And I think it would be fair to say that David De Gea was pretty tempted at one point, but Real Madrid kind of bought their non-signing on themselves by waiting for a deadline day deal that never happened due to a fax error. Quite comical when you think about it. But Real Madrid, they bought it on themselves. They should have got that done much sooner if they wanted him that badly, I'd say. If they wanted him that badly, they would have got him day one when he was available. They didn't do so, and you have to say, they haven't paid for it. But Barcelona, having Leo Messi, and David De Gea might prove to be a problem for him. And not many goalkeepers do. But Real Madrid are doing fine without him anyway. Casillas, obviously the main man at Madrid anyway, but he's getting up there now. Signing a young keeper in the form of his life like David De Gea would have been crucial for that scenario. Januzaj, he's lost the ball, and referee's pulled it back for something. I think it's going to be a free kick to Aston Villa. Probably a handball against Januzaj, if anything. The bowling ground for West Ham United is next to Manchester United as the season nears its end. It's a good looking free kick, you know. Here's Clark. And here's Rava. It's going to be blocked by Yadniv, I think. Danny Rose obviously brought in as backup to Luke Shaw. Scored a couple. And oh, was that handball against Danny Rose? The referee didn't see it. A handball by Danny Rose. He was lucky to get away with it. Maybe it was unintentional, maybe. You never know. Piera. Danny Rose, crunchy tackle. No foul given by the referee. I think it's because he got the ball first. Aaron Hemwood on the left wing of all places. And Aaron Hemwood spends most of his time running at people. I don't think it would matter where you place him. And here's Rava in plenty of space. He's worked out a cross. Good header by Danny Rose away, only as far as somebody in Vertu takes a shot. Aston Villa certainly in this. Well, they probably could have been 1-up had the shot from AU not been saved by the stunning athleticism of Sergio Romero. Superb diving save. And here come Aston Villa again. Here's AU again. There two, picked out by Aaron Hemwood. Now Piera is going to start running, and so is Aaron Hemwood as well. He stopped. Marta. Januzaj. It's worked for them though. Oh, that's a foul. And the referee is going to come over. It's got to be a booking, surely. And who is that? Well, it's only his yellow card for the Aston Villa captain. And that'll be Kieran Clark. I think he didn't really intend to take him out, but I don't think he got the ball either. We'll get a replay in a second. Clark is still protesting his innocence. I don't think he gets the ball. That's a tough angle to tell. But in any case, Kieran Clark has got to be careful now. And here's Mata to try and work his magic, no doubt. He's not going to shoot from there. And someone's got pushed in the box. And, oh my goodness, what? Whoa. Motorbike just rolled past me. Berahino to Mata. Oh, that's cute, but didn't come off. I can hear bikes from my commentary position. That's very unusual. Hit that by Romero on that cross. No one there ready to meet third two there. Mata. Carlos Sanchez. Pursued by the ever persistent Aaron Henwood, although he has got the ball back now. He's a movement here by Aston Villa. And shot by Sanchez, going to be deflected out for a corner. And actually, I don't think it is. I think it's a goal kick. It went under everybody's legs that tried to stick one out. I think McNair and Yeti were both of them. Sergio Berahino. Part of Aston Villa's one of their fiercest rivals in West Bromwich Albion. So no doubt he'll want to prove something today. He's playing for the Red of Manchester United now. Oh, Yednev not the greatest of clearances there. And Romero is happily seeing that one go wide, and I think that might have been it's Vertu, I think. Not a bad attempt. A bit far out for him, but you never know. They do go in most of the time, especially these days. Kuna. Ayew. Dubbed by Danny Rose, but persistence by Carlos Yule plays off. And here he is. There's Yule with the cross. We played it back to Bakuna of all people. This will be interesting. Manchester kind of cleared it away, but McNair has made a howler. It's off the post. Howler by McNair. He's not having a good time out there. Rather, Aston Villa still on the ball. Now he's got Aaron Henwood to deal with. And he says, no, I'll have none of that. I'll pass to my teammate. Here's RU. Still a chance for Villa. But I think there's going to be, we've just moved on to the added on time, I think. 3 minutes. Blocked by Yednev. Bakuna, he's not giving it up either. Villa having a feisty end of this first half. Here's Gil. Sanchez. Two. Oh, RU almost slipped Aaron Henwood out of the grass. Didn't get the ball. And United players gone down. That might be Valera, actually. The tussle going on there. The referee hasn't seen it. Two. And back to Mika Richards. And that is the end of a very entertaining first half here at Old Trafford. Plenty of chances for Aston Villa late in that half. Closest they came was the smacking the post by somebody. I have to have been there. How a little clearance. And Sergio Romero has also had his part to play in the scoreline being what it is. 0-0 at the break. Aston Villa certainly making a game of this here. Randy Gard has got to be pleased with his first half performance, considering Manchester United are the champions elect, of course. We're back to Old Trafford. We have a substitution to bring to you. It's one captain for another, as Wayne Rooney replaces Aaron Henwood, who also played in the FA Cup semi-final. Obviously feeling the effects of that, of course. It was very recent. In the FIFA calendar, that is. So Henwood takes a well-deserved rest. Clark had a yellow card earlier, but he's kept his cool now. Maybe. Aston Villa certainly weren't the better team at the end of the first half. Sanchez. And ended up being a clash of players. I think McNair was in there. Danny Rose. Great pass to Mata, but Mata not the best of control on that occasion there. 2. Shield. Valera has found Berahino. Rooney can't pass Vertu. Great persistence by Vertu to stay with him. Next up for Aston Villa will be Villa Park and Southampton. Bakuna. Vertu. It's been pretty play by Aston Villa. Oh, Ashley Young causing his old team some headaches. I believe he was one of the scorers in the opening couple of fixtures. I do believe Aston Villa were the second or third opponents. Ashley Young was one of the scorers in that game for United. So he's out to cause some former teams some headaches again. But unfortunately for both sides, really, in terms of progression, it's 0-0. Manchester United do have a 3-point lead over Manchester City in the table. And that will go to 4 points if they can get a point here. They've rarely threatened Brad Guzan in the Villa goal, though. A great pass. Jordan Ayew straight at Romero. And once again, the Manchester United goalkeeping, whether it be Romero or De Gea, it doesn't matter. Superb save. But a superb pass from, I think it was Vertu, to Jordan Ayew, who was wide open. Slipped his defender. Zal Marvi. Marvi into the box. Vertu. Trying to put it back in. Oh, great back heel from Vertu. Sanchez to Ayew, straight at Romero. It's not a bad goal kick kind of thing for Romero there. He's got some foot in the power in his foot, but Villa had the ball again. Bravo in front of the space, and Adrissagana had a whirly attempt there. It's not a bad idea, you know. Substitution for Remy Gard. He's going to bring on Lavor Kozak for Jordan Ayew here. Such a promising Aston Villa side. It's good to see them very high in the table. They really did have a good looking squad on paper, Aston Villa. Kozak. There too. They're really putting up a good fight against the champions-elect here. Oh, Berahino. Way too heavy of a first touch, but not a bad idea. Marvi. Marva. Rather keeping the ball amongst themselves. Ooh. Now, what's Rooney going to do here? There's Pierre. Pierre muscling his way through. It's a clash of players. He's down. Mata putting a cross into Guzan. And the Manchester United player has fallen awkwardly. I think that might have been Pierre, and that's the last thing United need with their injury troubles. Hopefully Pierre can sort of run this off. I think Pierre went down clutching his arm. Sanchez. There too. Rose. Young. Oh, Young still has the pace, but not the cross. Yagnev, young defender from Bayer Leverkusen. Piera, who's struggling a little bit, but carrying on. Oh, Young, he gave his defender the eyes there. Is it back to Piera? Oh, couldn't find Rooney. Unfortunate. Here's Ghana. And again. Oh, he's skimmed Bakuna. Carlos Gil. And everybody. Ashley Young. And it's straight at Guzan. And Ashley Young is having a superb second half. Kozak. Just Gil, rather. Sanchez. Great header. Valera. Berahino will be onside here, but Richards is going to get there first. Ashley Young. What a superb game. Bakuna getting him back there. Some retribution for Bakuna. He's had a tough time with Young in the second half. Gil. Sanchez. And he's found Ghana. Ghana's in the box. Poor, really. Substitution for Aston Villa. It's going to be Scott Sinclair for Carlos Gil. It's a good game. And while that's going on, Louis van Gaal is also going to make a substitution. And Andreas Piera, who's been struggling since he went down. And his arm is clutching that still there. And Nick Powell is going to come on to replace him. Piera, hopefully that won't be too bad. Here he goes, and on comes Nick Powell for an appearance. This is my first touch on the ball. Poor pass, however. It's fair to say Manchester United going for the draw here. They've barely threatened Barrett Guzan in goal. Ashley Young had an attempt straight at him. Berahino cuts that out. Kieran Clark almost losing it completely to Nick Powell. And apparently he did, because Manchester United have a throw-in. To Berahino, brilliantly cut out by Mika Richards. Very well done. This Aston Villa side has had a good game. Sanchez. Bakuna. Sinclair. Picked out by Young. Bakuna's got to get back there. He does. Oh, Ashley Young. Fantastic play. And here he comes. Mika Richards again. Fantastically done by Richards. Their experience is really paying dividends for Villa in this match. But Ashley Young, great persistence on Bakuna. He had no idea what he was going to do with it. By the time he kind of tried to figure something out, Ashley Young was there to nick the ball off him. On the feet. To Rava. To again. Sanchez. Oh, Marta. I don't know where he was going with that pass. Romero, good positioning there. Sergio Romero really is looking the part this season. He's not had a lot of games since David De Gea was back into the club. Back into the team rather, but the games Romero has played, he's looked impressive. Here's Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney. He gets the ball back. And he tries to playing somebody there. It might have been Januzaj, truth be told. United throw. Young. Bakuda really is struggling with Ashley Young this afternoon. There's Sinclair though. There too. Let's throw the dice here for Aston Villa, perhaps 1 minute of added time. And Bakuda again has his eyes squarely on Ashley Young. Sinclair trying to cut the ball out. Here's Garner. Villa just playing out for the draw, it seems. And there is the full-time whistle. No goals in this game, but a very entertaining game nonetheless. But Manchester United, you probably could tell we're playing for the draw. Rarely threatened Brad Guzan in goal at all. Ashley Young stroke was straight at him. Villa had a lot more of the chances in the first half. One coming off the post and one brilliantly saved by Sergio Romero from Arnu. I think it's safe to say a draw is a fair result. And a point is what Manchester United will certainly take in their bid for the title against a promising Aston Villa side for the future. And like we said, it's been a successful season with them sitting in 9th, a very successful one. The future looks bright at Villa. Manchester United go on to claim another title. They get a point today. Manchester United 0, Villa 0. In the other concurring matches today, Bournemouth have a fantastic and memorable win against Liverpool by 2-1. And by the way, Liverpool, will be Manchester United's opponents in the FA Cup final. Sunderland won Everton 0 for their Merseyside rivals, and West Ham beating Watford by 2-1. The season is winding down. They are 34 games played. There are 3 or 4 games to go. Manchester United have a point lead over Manchester City. That point was vital against Aston Villa. Arsenal and Chelsea, I have to say now, pretty much out of it. Especially considering that Manchester, like Arsenal, have a game lost against the 2 Manchester clubs ahead of them, and Chelsea as well. Liverpool up to 5th, Spurs 6th, Everton 7th. Stoke City jumped to 8th. Sunderland are helped by their win, and Aston Villa's draw. They go ahead of them. Aston Villa stay in the top 10 and look to be pretty settled there with a few games left to go. With those games left to go, you have to say Bournemouth are pretty much safe at this point. But again, it doesn't look all really settled down at the bottom. Leicester City are down there with Watford and Swansea, but with just very few games left, any one from Southampton down could go down here. Everything is up for grabs in this superb Premier League season.